I'm here in my office because I'm currently in the middle of a transition between one server to another. I'm splitting their duties. So previously we had one main system that ran all of the sort of web public stuff I do. It also had all the smart homey stuff. It was just kind of how it was built. It was on a budget. Sort of I decided to do it this way. It was a little bit of fun. But now I'm in the process of splitting the two things up. So I'm moving all of the smart home stuff to its own system. And in the process of doing this, I've got to rebuild the AirPlay to Sonos on this new system. And I wanted to take you through it and show you how I was doing it. I don't know if anybody's really done it. I couldn't see much out there about it. It's quite clever. It allows you to, basically, you can AirPlay to any Sonos speaker in the house, regardless of whether they support AirPlay or not. And I'll show you what I'm doing and some of the things that needs tweaking to make it better and all that sort of stuff. But before we get into that, I thought I'd just show you what I'm actually doing network-wise and physically behind you. So most of you will be familiar with my network rack, and these are the two servers. So currently everything kind of sits on here, and well, I'm slowly migrating across to here, because this is going to do all the smart home tech and stuff. I know these are Mac Minis, but I've got loads of Mac Minis lying around, so I thought I might as well utilize some of them. I've also got a cloud key down here, but this is just doing other network stuff. But we're going to be migrating it across. But actually, it's more of just a complete install. I'll be showing you some scripts and stuff I've built, but we'll get into that. Okay, so you've seen the network rack and all of that sort of stuff. And now let's actually talk about how we're going to do this and what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be using AirConnect to allow us to AirPlay from the phone to any Sonos speakers. It only supports AirPlay 1.0. You might be familiar with 2.0, allowing you to pick multiple speakers in your house. I don't necessarily think that's an issue. It might be a bit of an inconvenience, but in Sonos, of course, you can pick as many speakers as you like to group them together, and that still works, and it can still AirPlay to them, all that sort of stuff. So this is AirPlay Connect. It allows you to send to UPnP, Sonos, Chromecast, any of those sort of things can receive it. So let me show you how we're going to do this. It's quite simple. So we're going to be downloading their pre-built binaries, and you can find them within the release section. I've already downloaded the zip file, but if you download the zip file, you get all of the binaries for all of the different versions of software that they support. Of course, you can compile this yourself, though that's a bit outside of the scope, and yeah, we won't be doing that. So let's jump over to it. So I've got the file downloaded here, wherever it is here, and inside there you can see it's got the name of the service, so Aircast or AirUPnP. We're going to be using AirUPnP, followed by the operating system, so we're going to be using Linux, and then we want an Intel, so we want ARM, and not ARM, we want x86 and something that's 64-bit based. So I'm going to probably be using something like this one. You could get a static one if you don't want it to depend on any external binaries. I'm not too bothered about that. I've got the external binaries on the system. Whereas if you don't have it, say you're running it on a bare bones system, you might want to compile it with a static. As you can see, it's slightly bigger, but it has everything it needs built into it. So I'm just going to copy that across to the server now using this command, which essentially copies that file to where I need it on the server. So I've copied it across. Now if we SSH into that server, as you can see I'm in, and I stored it in the var AirConnect directory, you can now see that that system is there, right? What we need to do now is we need to make it executable. That's pretty simple. So you type in the words sudo chmod chmod +x, and then the file binary name. And then I run that, enter the sudo password, there you go, and now it is executable. So I can run it in the current terminal session. So I do // for current directory, followed by AirUPnP, blah, blah, blah. It will start up. And as you can see here, it's discovering all of the Sonos speakers on the network. The Raspberry Pi or whatever you're running this on does need to be on the network that Sonos is on, or at least have that discoverable. You may discover some issues if you've got multiple network interfaces. But as you can see, all I've done is run that. And now, if I go into here, into music, it should now show all of the speakers, as you can see here, and they all have a little plus next to them. All the ones with the plus next to them are going through this system. There are some more complicated things you can do. So it has a whole XML file where you can define which speakers are running and which speakers aren't running, and I'm going to show you that now. So I've got that configured, as well as a service worker to mean that I don't have to have it running in the current terminal session. So Let's jump over to the system that's got all that on it. So I'm on a different Raspberry Pi now, which has got the service worker on it. And as you can see here, essentially I've just got this file stored in the etc systemd system, and I've called it AirPlay underscore Sonos to explain what it is, .service. And in there, I've just written what I want it to do. So we've got the unit information, I've got a bit of a description about what it's going to do, target, it's waiting for networks to be online, and then service, we're going to execute the var AirPlay underscore Sonos start script. Let's have a look at that. So if we jump in at this, if we cat this, we can see here that this is going to move us to the directory that we want to be in. We can do that manually. It's then going to echo out, which essentially just logs that we are starting the system. We're then going to run some PHP. So this PHP is going to generate an XML file for the system to read from. Let me show you what we're doing there. So if we open this up with Nano, you can see here I've got a bit of an explanation of what we're going to get in. So essentially what this is going to do is it's going to copy a template as a starting point, and then it's going to connect to our other smart home system and get a list of the zones in the house and what speakers are in each zone, and give them proper names that are corresponding to where they are, e.g. server room is just called server room, or it might be called gym, or do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's pulling the names dynamically, removing the plus, putting some brackets around it, so Sonos, hiding the secondary ones. So say you've got, like I have in here, I've got two speakers that are paired together. You may see both of them sometimes in AirPlay Connect. If you AirPlay to the master, it'll come out of the left and right channels. But if you AirPlay to the sub, it won't. If that makes sense. So this is essentially what this is doing. It's just going to loop through that. It's going to make a list of the rooms and stuff in this XML file. I'll show you that. And it's going to save that as an XML file. If I cat the XML file, you can just see here it's got a list of all of the rooms with their UID and what they want to be called, all that sort of stuff. You can give it its MAC address as well. So you can either use the UDN or you can use the MAC address to identify which speaker you're talking about. But essentially, as soon as I run this service, so if we go back up here, I'm back. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to look at the status of that service that I just created and load it. You may have to reload the system daemons that it's loading, but that's quite easy to do. But we're going to just go into here, we're going to service, AirPlay, let's go Sonos, status. That'll print out the status. It's saying it's actually failed because it's not currently running. And we're just going to get it to start. So we're going to run start. This might take a minute. It'll have a bit of a think about it. And there you go, it's started. And if we go to status, you can see that it's running here and that it's discovered all of those speakers with MAC addresses associated with them. If we now go into Apple Music again to look at the AirPlay list, you'll now see that they all have the word Sonos next to them. It has all the correct speakers, all of that sort of stuff. And that's kind of it. It's not showing the ones I don't want it to show and stuff like that. This is a quick little video explaining how to do this, as I've migrated it now to a different system, and I thought some people might want to know. I couldn't see any videos out there about how to do this, or anyone talking about it for that matter. So that's this video, and I'll see you in the next one.